Marshall D. Teach has to be one of the most well-written characters in the history of shonen. Yes, I've gone all the way out there and said shonen. At the very least, within the One Piece storyline itself, I find him to be one of Oda's most compelling individuals. And the fact that we know mostly nothing about him adds even more to the thrill and suspense that we are sure to get when his character arc and background is finally revealed. We all see him as the perfect antithesis to Luffy, but have we really appreciated what that fully means? With the details Oda has given us so far, I like to argue that Blackbeard's journey is the better story of ambition and reckless luck when compared to the journey of our protagonists. It's common for fans to think that Teach is a master tactician, lying idle on Whitebeard's ship with plans to betray him and eventually work his way up to getting the Guru Guru no Mi for himself. And everything was triggered with Thatcher's discovery of the Yami Yami no Mi. But I feel this gives too much credit to his forward-thinking ability. Whenever the question of the smartest One Piece character is brought up, I'm not sure Oda has ever hinted at Blackbeard being anywhere near that list. To be Luffy's antithesis, he needs to be just like Luffy while at the same time being his complete opposite. Contradictory, I know, but hear me out. This is where Blackbeard's drive and decision making come into play. Saying all these actions were part of some master plan is like saying Luffy's actions were also a master plan. Luffy defeated Arlong to gain notoriety and a 30 million berry bounty. He planned to be acknowledged by bounty hunters at Whiskey Peak, so he showed his toughness to Vivi and Igor. This will put him in striking position of the head of the Baroque Works, who Luffy knew was an Okai Shishibukai Sir Crocodile, and give him the Devil Child Nico Robin, reader of the poneglyphs, right in his hands. Master plan to become King of the Pirates, Phase 1 complete. Sounds ridiculous, right? And that's my argument when it comes to Teach. Hear me out as I map out Teach's mindset and how he really got into his position as an Emperor of the Sea through his unshakable will of the and mastery of opportunistic decision making. Blackbeard only wanted the Yami Yami no Mi initially. If he had found it first, he would have just eaten it and possibly left Whitebeard's crew amicably. I do question if he would have had the idea to kill Whitebeard on his own to get the Gura Gura, but I guess that's a video for another time. There would have been no reason at that point to kill Thatch if Blackbeard had found the fruit first, and then be chased across the Grand Line as a traitor. So I'd say he joined the Whitebeard Pirates in the same way as the rest of the crew, with a deep love and respect for his pops. All those years ago, when he was picked up as an orphan, he was joining the same way Marco, Jozu, even Ace had been picked up. This didn't change at all in the 20 years he spent on the ship, but his fierce ambition pushed him to do something drastic when he saw an opportunity was about to be lost to him forever. It might even be that Thatch already ate the devil fruit and killing him was the only way to get it back. Had we learnt more recently in the series that Blackbeard understands this secret of getting the devil fruits after someone's eaten it. This would explain the vague line Oda gave us of the one who found the fruit could eat it. The one on the ship who found the fruit could eat it. Even if that is the ship's rule, there's nothing stopping Blackbeard from stealing it and running away, since he ends up doing so anyway. So Thatcher's death must have been a requirement. He didn't plan to become a warlord, but he saw an opening when Crocodile lost his position and figured the freedom to move around when you have the title would be helpful. I.e., he had no plan to attack Impel Down and free the prisoners at this point. There were no openings in the Okai Shishibukai, the Seven Warlords, before Luffy defeated Crocodile, and if he had really wanted the position as part of some great master plan, he would have propositioned the government by showing what he could do in the same way Law did with the Rocky Port incident. To become a warlord, he originally wanted to capture Luffy as he was the rookie that brought Crocodile down, and this was a first for the world government. so they'd happily give the position to him if he could get rid of the Luffy problem. When he missed Luffy at Jaya, he still planned to pursue him and get the position, but Ace caught up to him at this point. He even invited Ace to join his crew, so he wasn't planning to capture him at first until he realized there was no other way to get out of the situation but to battle him. Rather than kill his commander, his ex-commander, he used this as his buy-in to become a warlord. Up until this point, all his actions have been heavily circumstance-based, and Teach is just a master at exploiting the circumstances put in front of him. Without Ace's planned execution, I doubt Blackbeard would have attempted to raid Impel Down, as even before he arrived, he knew the danger that Magellan presented. He saw an opportunity in that the Marines will be preparing for the battle with Whitebeard at Marineford, so the prison would have less support available to it. Now, his position as a warlord will help him get to the door without question, so the idea to break a few inmates out hit him. Even when he showed up at Marineford, that was him improvising. He couldn't have known how the war was going till he got there, and if he did, Ace and Whitebeard were on the verge of getting away. He probably only planned as far ahead as attacking the losing side rather than gaining the Gura. If Whitebeard got away, he would have attacked the Marines potentially, or given up altogether and run the other way. Even after taking Whitebeard's fruit, he had no idea how he was going to escape. But he was ready to battle the Whitebeard pirates and the Marines there and then, which I don't think that crew would have been able to handle at that stage. Luckily, Shanks arrived to stop the war. I would say from that, we know enough to say that he's never been planning anything. There's no grand scheme, no master plan to get to the One Piece. He does have a little roadmap in his head, but everything he's done so far has been him taking advantage of opportunities as they've been presented to him, as any other pirate would do. Him joining Whitebeard's crew as an orphan was just as innocent as Marco. This is what makes him so compelling. If Luffy were in the same position, we know everything would go very differently. Blackbeard, the ultimate One Piece character.